Hello guys, welcome to the channel Enjoy Learning Science. So today we will study class 6 science. Okay, so let's see the chapters we have in class 6. So this is your class 6 science book. Now let us see the chapters we have. Okay, so we have total 16 chapters in our syllabus. We will do these chapters one by one. Today, I'll introduce you from all the chapters. So let us start. Our chapter 1 is food, where does it come from? It means कि जो खाना हम खाते हैं डेली वो कहाँ से आ रहा है, whether it's plant food, it animal food, okay, and the different parts of the food. Now the second chapter is components of food. In this we will study the food which we eat, the components which it include, whether it includes nutrients, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, etc. So our third chapter is fiber to fabric. In this chapter we will study different plants and different kinds of fibers which the plants will give, and we will convert that fibers into fabrics, and we use that fabrics for different use. Our fourth chapter is sorting materials into groups. In this chapter we will study that the materials which are around us, for example chair, table, door, or plants, animals, etc., the different kinds of materials, living organisms present in our environment, we will categorize them in different groups. We will study their properties also. Now the next chapter is fifth chapter, separation of substances. In this chapter we will study different separating methods for separating two or more kinds of substances. For example, tea, we will use sieve to separate tea leaves from the tea, and we also, for example, we will make butter from milk or curd by churning them. Okay, the next chapter 6, changes around us. In this we will study the changes around us or in our body that will take place. For example, if we talk about surroundings and the different plants that grow, if we talk about ourselves, growth of hair, growth of nails. Then next chapter is getting to know plants. In this chapter we will study plants, their parts, their roots, stems, leaves, and the uses of the plants, which part is used for which purpose, we will study that. Then the eighth chapter is body movements. In this we will study that different organisms move their parts for different work. For example, if the human beings use legs for movement and the animals use legs and arms both for the movement. Then the next chapter is the living organisms, characteristics and habitats. In this we will study that the different kinds of organisms living in different kinds of environments. For example, the polar bears live in polar areas where the ice caps are present, or camel live in desert areas, etc., and their habitat according to that, their body structure, their adaptations of according to their environment. next we will study motion and measurement of distances. In this we will study the length of how to measure the distance covered by the particular object. For example, if we move table from one place to another and we have to measure the length, that distance, that how meters, how centimeters we move that table, then we will use the measurements for that. Then next we will study light, shadow and reflections. In this we will study that how light travels, how it makes shadows, how reflections are made that from the light. And in this we also study the transparency of the object. For example, object is transparent, translucent or opaque, etc. Then the next is electricity and circuits. In this we will study that how electricity is generated, how circuits are formed, the components, the materials which we use to make circuits to generate electricity, etc. Then the 13th chapter is fun with magnets. In this we will study that how magnets are formed, how they are used for different purposes, which are magnetic materials, which are non-magnetic materials, the properties of magnets, etc. Then next 14th chapter is water. In this we will study the sources of water, the use of water, that how water, then how we conserve water, how water pollution caused, how we will control the water pollution, etc. Then the 15th chapter is air around us. In this we will study that the how air is formed around us, the components of air, the vacuum area, the air pollution and the control measures of air pollution, the importance of air, etc. Then the last chapter is the garbage in and garbage out. In this chapter we will study that the garbage which is formed in or out of the house, how we have to dispose of, how we have to manage the garbage so that the cleanliness should be maintained. We will study different methods of dispose of garbage here, that how, that which garbage we have to dispose of and which kind of garbage we will use. So that's all for today. If you like the video, then please like and share it, and if you are new to channel, then subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching the video.